This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the Otago Regional Council has elected a new chairperson at its first meeting. It's someone with a wealth of experience. 5 teenage students have built a go-kart resembling a bathtub on wheels as part of their Polytechnic course. And Ashburton's Aviation Museum has scored a coup. It's going to house artefacts from Mount Cook Airlines. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Daryl Baser. The Otago Regional Council has elected a new chairperson at its first meeting since the local body elections were decided a week and a half ago. 3 of the council's members were vying for the role of chair, with Marion Hobbs winning support from her fellow councillors.
Marion Hobbs, the highest polling councillor on the Otago Regional Council, is now its new chairperson. The former Labour MP was voted in 7-5 over Gretchen Robertson, after constant council critic and 2-term councillor Michael Laws dropped out at the last minute. All 3 candidates put forward their case to their colleagues this afternoon.
Most importantly, we must do things differently, and I stress that. It's not about the same. We have to look really closely at ourselves and do things differently. We need to focus not on structures and the way everything works, but vision, and it needs to be a shared one. We need to create team. That starts today.
You know me, I'm a pretty direct talker, so let's go. The last 6 years, the ORC has not covered itself in glory. That's why one of the reasons we have a ministerial inquiry into us from Professor Skilton, the effects of which we do not know. We've just had a disastrous, well, from our point of view, Lindis Environment Court decision where we were found to be wrong. With regards to our consents for the last 6 years, we had to have the Dashmore review because it discovered that there were serious and systemic problems with what we were doing. We discovered that some of our wastewater plants, like Hawea, for example, were being monitored and found to be in breach of our own consents. But, dear Lord, did any of the governance team know? No.
I want enormous progress on water, quality and access, and the consequent land use. Very much so. I want work done thinking about climate change, both mitigation and managing the effects, and also, in what we have the ability to do, being able to lessen the amount of gases that we're responsible for. And since we've got buses, we have an opportunity here.
The ORC has a lot of new faces, with half the council being newly elected. It was the newly elected members who voted, along with Laws, for Hobbs to be chairperson, while Robertson received votes only from those who had served on the previous council. In Dunedin, The South Today.
A man has died after being struck by a truck in Dunedin's Harbourside area yesterday afternoon. Emergency services were called to the incident at the Caltex fuel stop in Friat Street, where they treated a critically injured pedestrian. A tarpaulin was put up as emergency services staff worked at the scene. But this morning it was business as usual at the busy fuel stop. Police say their inquiries are continuing, and WorkSafe NZ has also been advised. 5 teenage students have built a go-kart resembling a bathtub on wheels as part of their course at Otago Polytechnic. Powered with a 200cc rotary hoe engine and capable of travelling at more than 50 kilometres an hour, the mobile bath recently won 4 awards at the Grass Kart Champs in Gore.
Don't underestimate this plastic bath, complete with shower curtain and rose, because these Polytech students built this go-kart in just 10 weeks, and its 200cc rotary hoe engine gets it up to speeds of more than 50 kilometres per hour.
We watched some YouTube videos of like professional racers racing a bath kart, so we just made it. It was a pretty cheap idea, so we went with it.
The group are part of this year's Otago Polytechnic Level 2 Automotive Mechanical Engineering students who built various grass carts as part of a course taught by Stuart Hewson.
We as tutors figure out how we can facilitate the build. We don't actually direct it. So it's student-led, so it's basically it's their work.
The course gave them 6 hours of automotive training and 18 hours of engineering training each week, with many students keen to continue on studying with the option of either learning to become mechanics or to specialise in engineering.
We thoroughly enjoyed it and it's a really good course and would recommend it. And I want to become a diesel or just a petrol mechanic up from this, but it definitely helped me figure out if I wanted to be an engineer or a mechanic.
Their teacher says this course gives these young people a chance to learn valuable workplace skills they weren't acquiring at school.
The value is really huge. The students, they generally haven't fitted at school, and we take a different approach to learning. It's experiential. So we do toolboxes for measuring and marking out, axle stands for fabrication and MIG welding. We do F-clamps for, again, marking out, fabrication and TIG welding. We do some machining on lathes and mills, and then we put them into their group projects. And that's where the soft skills really come out, the communication, the problem solving, the stuff employers are actually looking for.
The Otago Southland Grass Carts champs in Gore saw this bath cart win People's Choice Award, the Best Construction Award, the Best Appearance Award and first place overall. In Dunedin, the South Today.
More than 1,000 school pupils from across the region descended on Queenstown this week for the second annual Central Lakes Polyfest. Pupils ranging in age from early childhood to 18 took the stage in Queenstown to participate in kapahaka and Pacifica events. Numbers are almost double from last year thanks to the enthusiasm of both teachers and pupils. Polyfest has been running in nearby Invercargill for 10 years and attracts up to 10,000 pupils, which leaves organisers of the Queenstown-based event wondering if they've outgrown the venue. Ashburton's Aviation Museum has scored a coup. It's been given much of the memorabilia from Mount Cook Airlines. It's timely as Air New Zealand recently announced it's considering merging the Mount Cook brand with Air Nelson. Stepping back into the golden age of aviation.
This is commemorating the end of Mount Cook Airlines as we know it, or the Mount Cook Company. Air New Zealand are now disbanding the brand and they're going totally Air New Zealand, so it's the end of an era.
Former Mount Cook Airlines pilot and Ashburton Aviation Museum President Warren Janet is pleased to have the honour of curating Mount Cook Airlines memorabilia.
Some months ago when I heard about this, I got hold of one or two within the Mount Cook Company that I knew, and after a little bit of negotiating we were lucky enough to get all their memorabilia, which we've set up in a special place here in the Ashburton Aviation Museum for everyone to see and enjoy as part of New Zealand's history.
The airline was established and started operations in 1920 in Timaru by Rudolph Wigley. He bought 5 war surplus aircraft for sightseeing and in the 1930s formed the Queenstown Mount Cook Airway with his son Harry, who was later knighted. Warren Janet's history with Mount Cook began in the early 1970s.
So I joined Mount Cook Airlines in 1973. I went from the Air Force to Mount Cook Airlines as a purser, and then throughout my time with them I did a time on the ski plane division at Mount Cook, down to Te Anau on the float planes, and then I came back up to Christchurch and on the 748s, there again as a purser, and finished in 1985 with Mount Cook Company.
Air New Zealand bought part of the Mount Cook Group in the 1980s. The airline's symbol was the Mount Cook lily, a symbol that may soon become a thing of the past. Still to come on the South Today, a salvage garden is underway in Alexandra with people digging for their dinner, and we meet a cancer sufferer who's unhappy with the Southern District Health Board. See you after the break.
season, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Nau mai anō, welcome back. Volunteers were busy digging in the dirt during the Salvation Army Alexandra Corps' annual planting day in the weekend. A wide range of vegetables were planted, including carrots, potatoes and corn, and will eventually be made available for families in the wider community.
Digging for someone else's dinner. Volunteers prepare the ground during the Salvation Army Corps' annual planting day at its community garden in Alexandra at the weekend. Captain Logan Bathurst says at least 20 different varieties of vegetables were sown during the event.
Planting everything from carrots, potatoes, corn, tomatoes, radishes, cucumbers, zucchinis, you name it.
Bathurst says once the vegetables are ready, they will be made available to those in the community who will benefit most from them.
They will come and select the vegetables that they want from our harvest, and then obviously take those home and use them as they will.
The garden is situated on council land, and next year we'll be moving to a larger plot, also on council land and closer to Dunstan Road.
Council have asked us to move so they can use this land for what they want to, and so we've got a new plot of land down the front on Dunstan Road that, you know, over the course of this season we'll be moving to, so that next growing season will all be growing from there.
Garden manager Brian Seymour says he's looking forward to the move and the larger plot.
We've been here, so this is our last planting last year here, who we do shift, and we've been here, I think this is our 13th year here. I've been here the whole time that we've been here.
Seymour says the move will mean more growing time and more vegetables.
That will probably give us another 5 to 6 weeks of growing time because we're away from the hill.
In Alexandra, the South Today.
A Dunedin bladder cancer patient is facing delays for critical tests and is still waiting for an urgent but so far unscheduled operation. Andrea Woodford has received unacceptable care, according to a scathing report on the Southern District Health Board about its urology service.
Cancer patient Andrea Woodford reading a letter of apology from Dunedin Hospital. A report by the Health and Disability Commissioner says she's one of several patients who suffered unacceptable treatment delays over 4 years from the urology department at Dunedin Hospital.
I started having urinary retention, and I had to keep ringing, and I rang my GP, And then I actually got hold of a lovely lady, and she actually took my case on board and was fantastic and got me in, but far too late.
Woodford has had to visit Dunedin Hospital for several years and says she's unimpressed with the way the urology department is resourced.
But you're just on a bed with a medical student, no curtain, nothing. She tells you to put a sheet around you and quickly get on the bed and in and out and done. The time before that, we were like in a storeroom. It's disgraceful. You've got no dignity and there's no comfort, there's no nothing. They're just like, drop your pants, get on the bed, done, out. Yes, we found tumours. We'll show you next door to fill all the forms out and you'll get a letter. And that's it. And you walk out literally crying.
Since the scathing report by the Health and Disability Commissioner, the Southern District Health Board Chief Executive Chris Fleming has admitted the management of Ms Woodford's complaint was totally unacceptable. But Woodford is still waiting for urgent surgery for her bladder cancer.
I've got a letter, I've got an appointment with an anaesthetist this Friday, but that's not guaranteeing I'm going to get an operation before Christmas.
In Dunedin, the South Today.
And after the break on the South Today, pest control is at the forefront for a returning Otago Regional Councillor, and we check out the outlook for Thursday and the weather heading into the weekend. See you soon.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Dunedin, delivering quality, stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Miller's Flat Bakery, proudly opening this Labour weekend after a long labour of love. The Restoration Trust has brought back to life this historic part of the main Central Otago transport route. Come see the only wood-fired bakery oven in New Zealand. Turn off at the Miller's Flat Blue Bridge and bring the whole family to enjoy some tasty fresh baked goods the old-fashioned way, before electricity. That's the Miller's Flat Bakery opening Labour weekend.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Thanks for staying with us. The issue of pest control is a high priority for Alexandra farmer Gary Kelleher as he begins his third term on the Otago Regional Council. He says rabbit populations are causing concern across central Otago and the ORC needs to be open to new solutions.
Rabbits enjoying a lovely spring day on the grass of a park in Roxburgh. After losing out in 2 previous elections, Gary Kelleher is back on the Otago Regional Council and calling on the council to control the pest the way rabbit boards used to.
My understanding was that it worked, and it worked really well. And what it did was it retained the skills in the areas that were needed, and it trained people coming up into those, with those skills, so that they could then undertake the role. And you now have some very effective contractors out there, but then they're individuals, and it's a choice for landowners as to who they get.
He says rabbit control is proving a costly business for farmers.
For my farm, which is 500 odd hectares at Springvale, then we're spending nearly $20,000 a year on rabbit control. Now, if you scale that up to larger properties, they're probably spending in proportion to that. It wouldn't be unheard of for a farm to be spending over $100,000 a year controlling rabbits.
Kelleher says it's important to consider the use of science to genetically modify the population so they can no longer breed.
Look, I'm very keen to keep an open mind towards anything like that. The gene modification or genetically modified options to me may be a challenge across the current political environment.
An ORC spokesman said an increase in rabbits is not uncommon this time of year and could also be attributed to an easy winter, and the council is not considering funding research into genetic engineering. In Alexandra, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The Otago Regional Council has elected a new chairperson at its first meeting since local body elections were decided a week and a half ago. 5 teenage students have built a go-kart resembling a bathtub on wheels as part of their course at Otago Polytechnic. And Ashburton's Aviation Museum has scored a coup as it's been given many items from Mount Cook Airlines to add to its collection. Time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Good evening, Mr. Craig Page.
Good evening, Daryl. Yeah, we're leading with a story, a concern once again about the future of the Tiwai Point aluminium smelter in Southland. The owners Rio Tinto confirming today it's reviewing operations at the site, saying challenging marketing conditions and high energy costs are making life difficult for them down there. Right. Not the first time, of course, we've heard this from them, but the government's been pretty quick to respond, saying that the company shouldn't expect a handout from New Zealand taxpayers to continue. But really a nervous time for people out there. Employs 1,000 people. Big part of Southland, and they'll be anxiously waiting to see what comes there. They won't want to be losing jobs.
Indeed, yeah, 1,000 people is a big chunk of workforce.
Oh, it is. It certainly is. And we've also got a story about new $90 million residential hall for the University of Otago. 7 stories, 450 beds, and the former Albany Street recording studio site there. Expected to be up and running by 2023, and of course that crosses over, of course, with the hospital build. So plenty happening around the city. Good time to be a builder or a contractor, I would have thought.
City of road cones we are.
Exactly. And also we'll have something as well on Marion Hobbs being named today the chair of the ORC, and Michael Laws as a deputy. A bit of a changing of the guard there, of course, with Gretchen Robinson, who's been deputy for 2 terms, being overlooked. So it'll be interesting with Marion, how she intends to manage the role. She has confirmed that her links through Labour will be of benefit to her. So we'll see what happens there. And sport, countdown to the big World Cup semi-final as well, All Blacks and England on Saturday night, so we've got plenty of coverage leading into that as well.
Brilliant, all that and more.
Thank you.
Thanks, Craig, appreciate that. Time now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Beginning with the southern view, construction time again in Dunedin's Wharf area. Looking at the situation, Plan for another couple of days of very cold southwesterly airflow over the region, but all's not lost as the weather is set to warm up for the weekend as the airflow tends northwest. And starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are set for grey skies and showers with 13 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can expect a cloud or two, maybe a shower at 18 degrees. Heading down to Canterbury, you should also have the brolly handy in this region. Expect cloudy skies across the area with showers for many. Kaikoura you should reach 14, Christchurch you're due for 11, and Ashburton you're also set for grey skies and showers with 12 degrees. Looking at what's in store for the southern towns, the Catlins, Balclutha, Lumsden and Gore can all expect fresh southwesterlies with showers at just 9 degrees for you all. Travelling westwards to the Central Lakes region, you can plan for gusty southwesterlies and showers. Wanaka aims for 9, Queenstown you're heading for 8, Alexandria you should expect 9 degrees, while Te Anau you're set to reach 8 degrees. Heading up to the northern towns, Tiamaru and Oamaru can expect fresh southwesterlies with showers. You're both heading for 10 degrees. It'll be similar inland with Twizel and Omaraba, also due for gusty southwesterlies, showers and 9 degrees. In Dunedin, showers tonight with cold southwesterlies freshening and a wintry overnight low of just 5 degrees. Sunny periods at first tomorrow, but cloud increasing and showers developing during the morning, planned for a high of 10 and a low of 5. Mostly cloudy with the risk of scattered light showers on Friday. Strong cold southwesterlies decreasing slowly, looking at a high of 11 and a low of 4. At Invercargill, wintry showers tonight with strong gale cold southwesterlies and an overnight low of 4. More wintry showers tomorrow with strong gale southwesterlies, a high of 9 and a low of 5. Showers clearing and sunny periods increasing on Friday with cold strong southwesterlies decreasing at a high of 9 and a low of 4. And that's all from the South Today team for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Have a great evening. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.